Okay, peace to the Messiahs, 747 24/7, 361 degrees. Hopefully, everything is going well with the broadcast. Everything is streaming right. Okay, that's what it is. Peace to the family, 747 24/7, 361 degrees. I love y'all. If you in here, state your name, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. I will appreciate that one. All right. We got various different topics we're going to talk about tonight. The main topic of today, I don't know. First of all, how are y'all doing today? Peace to the family, peace and love. Peace. How far? Peace and love. What's up? If you in here, state your name, put it in the comment section if you are relevant. Thank you for everybody that supports the movement. I'm gonna share the video a little bit just so we can get it popping. We can get this going a little bit. So today I want to talk about mental health issues amongst our community. What is the music in the background? It's actually Zen music. Now, this is a topic that I didn't come up with today. It was various different other people that are part of the movement inquired me to talk about, and they asked me if you are going through something, does the Codex combat depression? Does it combat certain things that goes on in our life? Somebody asked me that today. Does it combat these things? All right. So I would like to share a little bit of information with you and say, in actuality, yes, it does. It actually combats mental health issues, depression, and things that people go through and so forth. All right. Today's date is 4/5/13 in the Codex. I would like to say happy birthday and blessings to Sister Tamisha. Thank you for supporting the movement always. I would like to say thank you for everybody that supports as well. All right. This is a hard subject for many. A lot of us are suffering pain. A lot of us are suffering different things that we have been going through for years, and we have yet to release a lot of this energy or disperse a lot of this energy so we can move forward with a better situation. All right. So I will hope today to share a couple verses from the Messiah Code that will shed some light on this, and then I would also like to share a couple verses from the Codex, or what is considered to be the Biblos. I would like to share a couple verses from that as well, and hopefully it can touch a couple hearts, it can change a couple minds, and put people in the right place. All right. So the first thing I would like to say is, all right, today is 4/5/13 in the Codex. All right. But if you look in far as the days actually have something that is connected with them. All right. It has a certain energy that is connected with them. All right. Today is actually the day of gender, or what we call Sawulf. All right. So you have 7 days or 7 cycles. All right. 7 different energies. Okay. The first day would be Aglu, the mind. The second day would be Kathuk Fin, which would be as above, so below, or correspondence. This the next day would be Istathar, which would be vibration, and the next day would be Yashulet, which would be polarity. Next day would be Afui, which so happens to be rhythm, and the next day is Friday, which is Sabub Tathor, is cause and effect, and then the next day, which so happens to be Saturday, is gender, which is Sawuf. All right, so it sheds some light on a couple things in reference. Let me see if I can put this in the comment section. Hopefully it'll hold up. All right. Cool. So when you look in day 7, which is called Saturday, it's called the day of gender. So Saturday is called Sawuf, gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and everything has its feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Gender is manifested in everything. There are polar opposites, yin and yang. Every person has a biological sex as a male or a female physically embodied. However, psychologically, both qualities exist simultaneously in everyone. The same principle can be found in other things as well. Even the brain has a left and a right hemisphere corresponding. Excuse me. Even the brain has a right and left hemisphere that corresponds with the respectful gender traits. Nothing is above the shell, which is she and el. All right. So again, today is Saturday. We call the 7th day, and today is dedicated to the day of gender. All right. As you go up the 7 layers of thought, as you go up the 7 layers of creation, you actually have a corresponding energy that goes with it. All right. So just understanding or solar standing that gender is manifested in everything. Everything has a set of polar opposites. You can see feminine principles and masculine principles in everything. That even that you live. This is how you more or less see things from a broader perspective. Okay. Now this month that we're living in, the 4th month, is actually the month of stability. Okay. Now you say, what can I do to be stable? Everybody is preparing themselves for the new year or a new cycle, so forth, for as far as being in tune with the Gregorian calendar. But it's really the numbers that people are in tune with. All right. But people are ready to tune into a new cycle and a new numbers. So you should be doing what's possible to make yourself ready for that new cycle. Okay, you should be doing everything possible. You should be setting up a workout plan, setting up a place to work out. You should be setting up, a certain diet, a certain routine, just certain things in life. You should just be setting these things up at this point. So that way, when the new cycle comes in, you'll actually be ready for it. All right. But this is part of interpreting, the masculine and feminine energies that are around you. All right. A lot of people consider to be masculine energies, energies that deal with logic, and they consider feminine energies to deal with emotion. But emotion is actually a logic, and as well as logic is actually an emotion. Hopefully y'all got that. They're both one and the same. You said my new year starts in March. That's what's up. That's cool. Your New Year starts in March. And in ancient times, the New Year actually started in March. Butcha, thank you, Sister Dulcina. Peace. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for everybody in the YouTube. Thank you for everybody in the Facebook. I really appreciate y'all. For everything that y'all do for the movement. Now, Sister Dulcina, I think I sent you the Inception book, Inception of Mental Reality. Hopefully, you can check that out and study that book and master it as well. All right. So one thing I want y'all to know is, when the Messiah or any Messiah came and any day in time, they brought something that was called the gospel. All right. Now the gospel, no problem, Queen. Thank you. I appreciate you. The gospel is people. They say the gospel is the spell of the ghost. You know how the Holy Ghost or the spell of the gospel. But actually, the gospel is the good news. It was considered to be good news. All right? And for the people that's going through certain things, I just want to let you know that it is good news. When you study this information, it actually puts you in a better place. All right? It puts you in a truly better place. The meditations, the studies, the certain things that we're geared towards in our goals and dedication, it centers towards peace, happiness, and wholeness. All right. So I'll take y'all to a place 31:8 of Deuteronomy. All right. Real quick. Now, 31:8 of Deuteronomy. Now remember, 31 represents the Messiah, but we're talking about the Messiah in you. All right. 8 is the hourglass of time, also called Matur, but also 8 deals with your heaven and your hell, and this is all in your mind. All right. So the Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Okay? Sometimes when it comes to a lot of this information, people can get discouraged. It takes a degree of patience. Our symbol so happens to be, one of our totems so happens to be the turtle. Am I right? So when you acknowledge and gravitate towards the turtle, you understand that you have to gravitate towards a gear of patience as well. All right. The turtle is very important because the turtle always wins the race, not the rabbit. And in the Matrix, people like to follow the rabbit instead of following the turtle. All right. I'll give y'all something else. The numbers always resonate. The numbers always resonate when you connect these things. Because it's good news. It's really good news. Look at this. 1 Peter. This is 1 Peter 5:7. You go to 1 Peter 5:7. Look at this. Now you say, well, what does this have to do with it? 5 represents the baby hero. Okay. Let me do this. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. 5 verse 7. All right. And I'm connecting these numbers up. All right. 1 Peter 5:7, yo. Look at this. Now 1 represents movement, wholeness. All right. 1 represents movement and wholeness. But it says this, 1 Peter 5:7, casting all your anxieties on Him because He cares for you. A lot of us don't, you say, what is anxiety? I don't know if I'm breaking up. Hopefully I'm not breaking up too much. Somebody say, what is anxiety? A lot of times we think too much about a situation instead of letting the universe flow with us. it comes to a point that we have to truly let go. All right. All right. It comes to a point that we have to truly let go of some things in order to move forward. You know, when you casting all your anxieties, remember, I told you, reality is like casting a stone or something in the ocean. And as you cast this stone or something into the ocean, you create waves or a ripple effect. But you cast, and then you wonder how the ripple effect will actually will it make a tidal wave, or will it make effect where it won't hurt the things that's around it? It'll actually make it move with the tide, in a sense. All right. So a lot of times people have anxieties because people think, what's going to happen with this, or what's going to happen with that, or what's going to happen with this. All right. The logical thing is that you can only do what you can do. You can do your best in a situation, and you should be putting your best foot forward in any situation. In any situation, you should be putting your best foot forward. And if you didn't give it your best, then what do you truly want out of life? All right? If you didn't truly give it your best. Okay? Now, let me move forward. I got other verses that I love to connect up with, like, for instance, Psalms 9:9. Now, 9 represents joy. Remember that. Faru, joy. In the Codex, this is Psalms 9:9. 9:9. Right? It says, the Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. You might say, yo, Lamel, you sounded like a preacher today. In actuality, all these books are a part of what we represent. I don't want to get it twisted. Morally, I always connect up with the Quran, the Bible, and any other book. But historically, it's distorted, and it's hard to understand where these things, the narrative of these things. All right, it's really hard to understand the narrative, but morally, you can understand a lot of things. All right, and it resonates with your story and what's going on with your life. All right, so it says, the Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed. Look at this, in times of trouble. A lot of times, we don't reflect when times, we say, oh my God, when situations go wrong. Like when soon as situations go wrong, we want to say, oh my God. But instead of understanding that when situations go wrong, you actually utilize the force of what is considered to be your higher power to give you peace in your situation, to give you wholeness in your situation, to give you love in your situation. Because no matter what, that force will be with you. That force will always be with you, and it always has been with you. So a lot of times when you're feeling weak, you need to reflect on 9 times 9. The highest number is 9. So God was the highest, right? Or you consider to be the most high would be the highest. So you're going to the highest number of 9, the ninth power of 9. All right. So that's what it's really talking about. Let it be your stronghold. Let this force be your stronghold when things get distorted anyway in your life. All right. You might have to get to study. A lot of us don't study no more. We don't read no more. We don't read books. We don't take time to read books. We don't take time to be studied studied up. But it's, in the word, it says, study to show thyself approved, right? But it's also steady to show thyself approved as well. You have to have a steady pace with things, man. Anything that you want in life, especially happiness, you must feed like an appetite. All right, you must do the things that's necessary to feed it. Okay, and that's so much true. That's so much true. And all of us have a different war that we're facing inside of ourselves. All right, and we must. I'm gonna say this: we must extinguish the flames of the war inside of ourselves so we can obtain the peace and wholeness within this life, especially with someone else. And that's so much truth. A lot of times people are dealing with so much, and you're carrying so much baggage into a new situation that you don't realize that that you're not actually changing. You're not actually changing or breaking the cycles of old. You're actually doing the same things of old and of yesteryear. And this is where the buck stops. It has to be something. When you come and step up to the Messiah code, Messiah is a leader or savior of a particular group or a cause. This is about invoking the best part of you. This is about invoking the best part of yourself. All right? I tell people this. I say, man, yo, look, man, y'all gotta bless people, man. Y'all really, truly gotta bless people in their path. People got a lot of things going on that they would not admit. They do not want to admit. But if I get a room full of people, if I get a room full of people and expose certain things, or bring you in a circle, or we have a certain meeting, not saying that somebody is to be the judge, you will actually see certain things that you're doing, and hopefully you will learn to change. You will learn to be a better person. You will learn to be the best version of yourself. I'm so serious about this. A lot of times people invent problems. When you have no problem, you invent a problem. You put yourself in a situation that is problematic. And this needs to change if we want to have a better society, if we want to have a better family, if we want to have a group of people that coincide with the right premise of thought. All right, we have to look. Listen, man. I'm gonna take it back to Moses. Right? Remember when Moses they had to paint something over the house, so a certain spirit couldn't come in, right? That was taking people out at that point in time. It was a certain spirit that was just moving through the town, and that was taking people out. All right, so much that it had the Pharaoh destroyed, to the point where he let the people go. Now, you might not believe in the Bible. Just follow the narrative of the story and what I'm talking about. All right, he had to paint something over the house. All right, you know where he painted over the house? I'm gonna tell you where he painted over the house. All right, I'm gonna tell you what he painted over the house. In order, I got you. Excuse me. I'm gonna show you what he painted over the house. In order for the evil spirit not to come in. I'm going to show you what he painted over the house in order for the evil spirit not to dwell within there, or not to come in. He put know thyself. Hear me out. Y'all wonder what spooked the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper that was coming through the town, taking everybody out. All the so-called firstborn out. He had something painted over the doorway in order for that spirit not to come in. It was know thyself. Sounds familiar, don't it? It really sounds familiar. know thyself? Do you truly know yourself? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you know yourself? Truly. Would you like somebody to be an enabler, or would you like somebody to have compassion for you? I just want to know. Would you like somebody to enable certain decisions that you have, or would you like somebody to have compassion for you? Because I'm going to tell you a story, and I want y'all to hear this. Yo, I grew up with a mom that was hooked on crack, yo. Listen to me. And I'm gonna tell you how this story is relevant to depression and a lot of things that's going on with people and everything. I'm gonna tell you. My mom, I'm gonna tell you, listen to me on here. It's no joke. I'm not playing no games. My mom, she was on crack for over 30 years of my life. All right. And at times, I had to have compassion, and at times I had to know the difference when I was being an enabler and having compassion for what my mom was doing. I want y'all to hear me out. I let my mom, anytime my mom wanted to live with me, come on, mom, come live with me, come live with me, come live with me, mom. I got you, because you know why? I know I am a safe haven for my mother. Hear me out. Now, I grew up all my life with my mom doing heinous things, crazy things in order to get this drug, including prostitution. Hear me out. All right? It's been times, like I said, like every time I said, my mom, come live with me, come live with me, come live with me. Every time my mom ran away. She ran away to the streets. It's 10:21 right now. She know I'm thinking about her. That's her birthday. Look at this. The streets was way more important to my mom than the love that was at home. The drug was way more important to my mom than the love that was at home. You want to say, that's not true. She may not really feel that way. But I'm going to tell you this. Certain things actually cut off a Wi-Fi. Like love, let me tell y'all something about love. Love has a Wi-Fi to it. It like has a Wi-Fi, like for real. When you in a certain vector section, you pick up the signal. When you're in a certain mode, a certain realm of life, you pick up the signal of love. If you got something that's blocking the signal, you can't pick it up. You can't pick up the MeWe or the Wi-Fi. You can't pick it up. Didn't I tell you this is a network that is what? Powered by love. MeWe, yeah, Wi-Fi. Almost the same thing. So I had to understand when I was being an enabler and being a person that was that had compassion. Let's say my mom, she runs away all the time. Say, yo, mom, what are you doing? Are you home or are you not home? What do you want to do, mom? I have to be stern. Tell my mom, yo, come on, let's go and let's get into a program or something. Let's get it right. I have to be stern with her. And I'm her son. I have to know when I'm being compassionate and when I'm being an enabler. Do y'all get me? Are y'all following my story here? I had to know the difference when I'm showing compassion and when I'm enabling someone to keep on doing what they're doing over and over and over and over again with the same behavior that's problematic in their life, that made them take the wrong turns in their life. Yo, let me tell you something. Depression is like a drug almost. Depression is like a drug as well. I shared a couple things. With y'all today. And what I share with y'all is not a freaking damn joke. It's not a joke, yo. People are suffering and people don't want to admit that they're suffering. People are going through things and people don't want to admit that they're going through things, man. So we're going to have to make this change now, man. If you really want to make the change in your life, you have to say it and you have to mean it and you have to move your feet to the beat, yo. If you want to get out of your rut, you have to really start to feel it and you have to start to move your feet and your beat to the situation. If you want to be happy, embrace happiness. If you want to be whole, embrace wholeness. If you want to be peaceful, embrace peacefulness. Because guess what? It's right there waiting for you. Look at this. It's right there waiting for you. It says this. This is, you know, I'm going to take y'all to 6:33, right? Of Matthew. What it say? Matthew 6:33. It says this: seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will what? Will be added to you, man. Y'all don't get that. Some people really don't get it. Not saying y'all, but some people don't get it. Listen. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things that be added to you, man. You know, I love the way Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel's son, because Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel's son in the most simplistic manner, the most intricate decisions of life. He taught him the most simplest things, the most intricate decisions in life. Things that he would face on as when he got older. Little simple things. I want y'all to get that. I really want you to get that. That's why you seek ye first the kingdom of God. Now you say, what God, Lamel? You put the God in there, not me. You figure it out. Not me. You figure it out. What God you want to put it in there, but you seek ye first that force and all its righteousness and all these things that be added to you. But you have to embrace the spirit of this. You know, people would rather much burn the house down than build a firm foundation. You know, one thing is with the Egyptians, for instance, we go back to the pyramids. You know, that's why I said people like to just burn the damn house down. All right? One of the greatest structures on earth, right, had a foundation, and the foundation of it was kept on being rebuilt in some sort of way. The pyramids of Giza. Yo, those pyramids been there for over 10,000 years. They kept on fixing these structures and making it better. Sounds familiar, right? The structure, the temple is your mind, your body, your spirit. This is the work. And every brick that you put in there represents a situation that you fix. A lot of times y'all putting uneven bricks in your foundation. The brick has to be perfect. It has to be cut right. Every conversation that we talk about is a brick. Every situation that you go through is a brick that you need to cut right, and you need to put it in the foundation perfect. Perfect. But Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel's son like this. And then when you go move forward to Jackie Chan, same thing. He taught Will Smith's son the same thing. Simplistic things. Life is not, it doesn't have to be all whatever. It's so simplistic. And the spiritual measures that we look for move from 1 through 10. The 10 command keys right here on your hands. Right there on your toes. That's why I tell people, I said, you got 10 fingers and 10 toes. That means you got 20. And I got 10 fingers and 10 toes. That means I got 20. We both got 20-20. We need to put 20 on it. So we'll have clarity in the situation. 20-20 vision. All right? For real. And that's serious. But bringing it back to the situation I was talking about with my mom, I didn't know. It took me a while to understand that I was being taken advantage of. Like my mom, she would play emotional games with me, crazy emotional games with me, in order to do what she wants to do or to get high on drugs. When I cried to my mom, I say, yo, mom, please, 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 please. We want to figure this out. Let's change. Let's whatever I gotta do. I'm telling my mom. When you witness prostitution, your mom prostituting for over 30 years of your life, you just say this, yo, mom, whatever I gotta do, let's change. But when you realize that she doesn't want to change, what do you do? What do you freaking do when you realize that whatever that is that got a hold of her, it got a stronger grip than you do? Whatever that is that got a grip on her, it got a stronger grip than you do. Imagine that. Imagine you give somebody all the love you can. Like I'm her son. So imagine I'm giving her divine love. Whatever love I can. But whatever had her had more of a grip than what the love I can offer her. It sounds familiar, right? So I learned the difference as I grew in time. My mind grew in time. I learned the difference when I was enabling my mother and when I was being compassionate. Imagine that. My mom would tell me she gets a car. Listen, my mom finally gets a car because she gets Social Security and stuff. She finally gets a car. Guess what? Everybody in the world is using my mom's car now. Everybody in the world. Guess what? My mom don't have a car now because she wants to get high on drugs. All right? And let people use her damn car and do running into the ground, and she's doing all types of stuff. This is still going on now. Whether you know it or not. And you in your heaven and not understanding it's hell on this earth. You in your heaven, not understanding it's real stuff going on with people. Yeah, I might be on here, I'm smiling with y'all, I'm chilling with y'all, but I'm going through real problems just like you are. All right? I'm so serious. I had to learn the difference of when I was being compassionate and when I was being an enabler. Some things have to change, man. And guess what? It's nothing constant but change. But you have to be willing to make that change. Look at your life, man. You got that's what I learned. Look, my word. Thank you, Zola. I love you so much. I love you for this shit. Listen. And I almost want to shed a tear on this shit. Listen, man. I understand certain cycles I was going through with women. I understand certain cycles I was going through in life. When I met her, that changed. That totally fucking changed. Period. I'm telling you. This is real shit. When I met her, everything changed for me. Everything totally changed. It made me have a different cycle. It made me understand what is the value of certain things and what's the value of people. And what's the difference of being an enabler and being compassionate? People are in their rut. People are going through the same circles over and over and over and over again. And guess what? If you smell the same thing that happened before, or if you see the same thing, guess what? You don't adhere to it. If the same thing goes over and over and over and over again, you don't adhere to it. Because if you adhere to it, you're going to be enabling a person to do what they keep on continuously doing, which is being in depression. For instance, if you're in a depressive state, why would you want to call on somebody to hurry up and try to fulfill you to make you undepressed? Or you even call on a drug to make you feel unoppressed. A lot of people exercise because they're depressed, and they do all types of weird stuff because they're depressed. All right, even smoke weed because they're depressed. But truly, when it all boils down, it's only one thing that you can call upon when you feel in a state of depression, and that's yourself. To change the situation, to change whatever feeling that you have. You are your center. When somebody is enabling you, look, you constantly do the same thing over and over again. Over and over again. You can have a list of somebody doing that. You can have a literal list of text messages, a list of text messages where somebody repeat the same behavior. It becomes like a drug. Certain endorphins are actually addictive, whether y'all know it or not. Certain endorphins that you even adrenaline, like adrenaline. You know how people do jump off buildings because, or jump with bungee cords and stuff, because the feeling of adrenaline. Sometimes when a person is at war in their relationship and causing different arguments, guess what? It starts and it feeds an adrenaline. And that adrenaline is addictive. But guess what? It cuts your spirit off. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you build up adrenaline, everything goes to your muscles. Everything goes to, like, you start to feel fear. You start to unset in your stomach in some way. Because everything is going to your muscles, but it's taken from your spirit, your mind, because you're getting off your guard, off your mind guard, and you're getting on your physical guard. Not understanding that you need to be you need to have an equilibrium balance. You can't put all that, you can't fuse all that adrenaline to the muscles, because it's going to take from your logic. Do you get that? It'll truly take from your logic. And you'll be saying things and doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And you'll be blaming people for things that are your causes, or blaming people for things that they never even done. All right? That's the difference between enabling somebody and actually having compassion. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I got hundreds of people hit me up all the time, all right? Hundreds of people hit me up. I know the difference when having compassion. I am in the business of having compassion. You understand that? I am in the business called philanthropy, all right? You have to have compassion. And the degree of Lazarus actually represents hospitality. So you have to have some form of compassion when it comes to that. But guess what? When you go to the hospital, they ask you this: do you got insurance? When you go into any hospital nowadays, they say, do you got insurance? They will admit you in some cases nowadays, but if you don't have insurance, you can't get certain procedures done. I'm just telling you. And this is the realm of Lazarus, right? Hospitality. And then Lazarus' counterpart is Martha. What? Who's that? His sister, right? Okay. The counterpart of Lazarus is Martha, which represents hospitality as well. Because it was her house where Lazarus was resurrected, where the Messiah came and resurrected him. or resuscitated him. But he didn't enable him. All right? He resuscitated him. He didn't enable Lazarus. But it's hospitality. But when you go into a hospitable place, you have to have respect for it. You have to wipe your feet. You have to come in clean in a hospitable place. That's the thing about it. You have to make your vessel or make your place hospitable for a hospitable nature. And I'm for real. And that's your mentality and the things that we go through. But a lot of times we want to play the blame game. And hopefully we'll get it right and we'll get it tight. Let me get about 3 more minutes of y'all time. Any comments or questions before I get off? All right. Now, I would like to say thank you, Sister Cotton Affair. I really appreciate you. And I also appreciate, it was 3 people that actually came to me with this subject today. All right. They asked me would I talk about and bring certain things about mental health and about, changing the perspective of our minds in some sort of way. How to be patient and how to learn one another and behave in a correct way in order to bring out the best in all of us. All right. So thank you for everybody that supports. Also, I was somebody asked me about they asked me about what they asked me about. They asked me about the difference between they asked me the difference between being bipolar, and they asked me the difference between being unipolar. Okay. Somebody asked me that. Okay. So I guess I'll put that in the comment section. Somebody asked me the difference of that. Thank you, Sister Samantha in the UK. I really appreciate you. I put that in the comment section for y'all. And then I'll put the difference between unipolar. All right. And put that in the comment section for y'all. Cool. There's something else that I wanted to share with y'all real quick. It's a special Bible verse that I really love. Hopefully I can share this with y'all real quick. It's a real good Bible verse. Really like it. And I'll put that in the comment section as well. All right. And I'm going to read it for y'all. This, and I want y'all to think about this when through trials and tribulations, situations that y'all going through. A lot of us are going through. And I want to break this stuff down, kind of, when I'm reading it. And this will be the last thing that I break down. Thank you for your time. Everybody on YouTube, also everybody on the Facebook. All right. It says this, right? It says, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I shall not want. Okay? Because you're going to be provided for what you need. All right? What you need, you're going to be provided for. But you shall not want. He maketh me lie down in the green pastures. You know, green represents healing. He leadeth me beside the still waters, not bending wave waters of chaotic waves. No, he leads you beside still waters, still waters, still waters. He restoreth my soul. So you can actually lose your soul. If your soul can be restored, your soul can be, it must be taken away at some point. And then you walk around with a bunch of spirits. All right? So I need us to understand that this verse says in verse 3, it says this: He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me besides paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That's what I fear, no evil. It says, for thou art with me. Yo, man, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table before what? Me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest means Messiah. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Yeah, my cup runneth over. Because when you're getting information from on high, from this spirit, what we call the grand architect, or whatever force y'all call it, you are a cup or the vessel, and that force is like water, and it pours into your cup and it runs you over, because it's so much information that it's giving you that it's undeniable. All right, so surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. You hear that? Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of what? In the house of the Lord forever, yo. You understand that? So thy rod and thy staff comfort me. A lot of y'all didn't hear that. Y'all only heard what y'all wanted to hear. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. The rod is for chastisement. The staff is what? It's for you to follow leadership, and for you to follow examples. And what example is that? It's right here for you in the Codex, man. It tells you how to be. It tells you what to do. It tells you how you should decide, but it's up to you. Everything is a maxim of law, but it's up for you to interpret it. It's up for you to utilize it in your life as a tool. But it says, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. A lot of y'all want a bed to comfort you instead of the rod. Y'all want the bed. Y'all hear that? He said, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Y'all want a bed to comfort y'all. Y'all want a pillow to comfort you instead of the rod. And I learned that the hard way. You better gravitate towards that rod, because he who works like a slave eats like a king. You better gravitate towards that rod, and you better gravitate towards that staff by being an example. How can you lead by an example when you dislike? I don't get that. Don't you know it's an all-seeing eye watching you? That's why we do this, right? Think about this. This is a three-dimensional reality right on your hand. But when you point the finger, guess what? 3 fingers are pointing at you and 1 pointing up at the Most High. It's an all-seeing eye watching y'all and watching all of us and judging this situation for what it is. All right? That's why that's why if you would like to judge the situation, you can. Because if I go to the 12 tribes of Israel, when they talk about it in the book of Revelations, guess what tribe is missing? It'll mess your head up. The tribe of Dan. The tribe of Dan is missing. It's one of the original tribes. You might ask yourself, well, why isn't Dan in the 12 tribes of Israel, Lamel, in freaking the book of Revelations? Why didn't they list Dan? I'm going to tell you why. Because Dan means to judge. Those that are judgmental. You understand that? You can't judge people. Be it as it may, you got to let things fold how it is, man. And you let people's actions judge themselves. And guess what? If you are doing things repetitively, and things keep on going the same way, you better make a right turn, because obviously you kept on making the wrong turn. You better find some way to make the right turn in this situation, because that's the only way it will really work for you. All right? But I would say gravitate towards the rod, man. Thank you. You said exactly. Yo, that's the first word. That's the first time I ever heard of that word. Exactly. Exactly. Yo, Jasmine, you are wild. People are crazy, man. Hopefully y'all can decide what y'all want to do instead of peeping at the door. I'm so serious, man. At our age, we should be going through these things, man. Certain things we shouldn't be going through. We should be past these things. I'm gonna tell you, real talk. I have no problems. I have nothing that makes me uneasy in my life. Do you get that? It says, "Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven." What are you talking about? Heaven on earth, man. I got heaven on earth. You need to embrace that. You're going to go through a lot of hell to get to your heaven, though. You're going to go through a lot of hell to get to your heaven. But just understand, or overstand, or solar stand. Embrace that heaven, man. Embrace that heaven. But it says, "Thy kingdom come." That means you got to bring that heaven. You got to bring it. You got to preserve it. You hear me? You got to preserve it. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I love y'all. Thank you for everybody that gave me your time. Please make the change in your life for the best. Do the right things for those that love you and the things that you love. Thank you, Sister Jasmine. Yo, I had to learn to do so. Look, listen, I had to learn to be such a forgiving person doing this. You know how many people stomped on me? How many people did so many weird things to me because they want to get attention? I'm telling you, I had to have a real forgiving spirit, man. Jasmine, you know, man. You truly know what's up. And you know how people do certain things, man. I had to have a certain forgiving spirit, and I had to learn to embrace my role in what I'm doing here. All right? And I had to learn to change myself. I'm so serious. I remember times I used to get real angry. I used to get real whatever. I'm telling you. I used to get... people used to set me off in some sort of way. But guess what? People don't set me off no more. Because I'm at peace with what I know. And what I share with y'all. I'm at peace with it. I'm truly at peace with it. And it has changed the lives of thousands of people. What I share with y'all has changed the lives of thousands of people. Need it may, whether y'all come in 10, 20, 30 at a time. Need it may, whatever platform y'all on. Guess what? This message has affected thousands of people and has changed thousands of people's lives. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. And guess what? I wake up in the morning with the intent of changing the freaking world. What do? Wake up in the morning doing something for yourself, or worry about yourself, or posting some bullshit, or sharing some dumb bullshit, excuse me for cussing, some bullshit post. That's not, the revolution shall not be on Facebook, yo. And it's damn sure not going to be on YouTube neither. I'm telling you. It's not going to come from your damn post or something like that. That's not where the revolution is going to come from, or the change. It's truly not going to come in that. It's going to come from when you change your mind and your behavior. That's when it's going to change. That's when it's going to change. You said the hater crew. I already know about the hater crew. But that's all I want to say. Hopefully y'all figure your world out, man. Because I figured mine out. Imagine when you step to a man and step to a person that already got his world figured out. But you in the pool and you can't even swim. But this man is swimming through a pool of reality with no effort. Everything just comes. And you can't even swim through this pool of reality. Hopefully you will let go, because once you let go, you will understand that that water makes your cup runneth over. And it takes the shape of your vessel. And it's healing. Change up, y'all. Figure certain ways to change. You change certain bad habits with good habits. If I can tell y'all that, if you have any bad habits that you got going on that put you in the same situation over and over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over and over and over and over again, change yourself, man. Change that was within you and extinguish the flame of bitterness, man, of depression. Extinguish the flame of it with true happiness. With true happiness. All right? And y'all get it. And y'all will really get it. Y'all will really get it. So, I'm gonna say this. I love y'all. 747 24/7. Thank you for everybody in the YouTube. Thank you for everybody in the Facebook. I really appreciate y'all time. I really shed something personal in here. When I tell y'all a story about my mom and all that stuff, I don't this is some real shit. Excuse me for cussing. When I told y'all that story about my mom, yo, this is a real life situation, yo. And I want y'all to know I shed something personal on here in order for it to change somebody else's situation. In order for somebody can utilize it as a template design for them to change their situation. And I love you, Mom. I still love my mom. It doesn't matter how much drugs or how much crack she smoked or how many times she went out in the street. I still love my mom. And that's real compassion. I still love my mom, yo. No matter how people look at her. I had one of my children's mom wouldn't even let my son be held by my mom because she considered my mom to be a drug addict. That's how deep the shit went. Keep it real. But guess what? I still love my mom through whatever she went through, yo. And that's compassion. But I will never enable her to do what she wants to do. You understand that shit? I'm gonna keep it real. I will never enable her as long as I live and long as I know this stuff as a man to do what she wants to do. Because I know it's killing her. And I know it's killing her inside as well. All right? And that's real talk for anybody going through a situation. Cool. Salutations. Peace to the primes.